Adding and subtracting fractions and decimals by Jessi and Hailey. Adding and subtracting decimals. Remember, adding and subtracting decimals follow the same rules as adding and subtracting whole numbers. Adding and subtracting a decimal is simple. Just make sure you line up your decimals. Since it follows the same rules for adding and subtracting whole numbers, just forget about the decimal for now. After you get your final number, put the decimal in the place it was before. For example, 1.5 plus 1.5 equals 15 plus 15, which is 30. You have to add a decimal where it was before to the finished answer. Once you think you've got the answer, pop the bubble. The answer is 3.0. Yep. So the full answer would be 1.5 plus 1.5 equals 3. For example, 1.5 minus 1.0 equals 15 minus 10 equals 5. But then you have to put the decimal back, and it equals 0.5. The full answer is 1.5 minus 1 equals 0.5. Adding and subtracting fractions. Rule: when you add and subtract fractions, always have the same denominator. Adding the original fractions, 1/3 and 1/2, for the common denominator would be 2/6 plus 3/6. The result is 5/6. You can do it on your own to figure it out below. Subtracting. The original fractions, 3/4 minus 2/4. For the common denominator, 3/4 minus 2/4, it stays the same. And the result is 1/4. You can also do this on your own. The prime interest rate ran up 0.75% in May, went up another 0.5 percentage point in June, and fell 0.3 of a percentage point in July. What was the total change in prime interest rate for 3 months? Let's see if we can solve this problem down below. So 3/4 plus 1/2 equals so since you have to do the common denominator, you must times the 1/2 each, the 1 and the 2 by 2 to get the common denominator. So that would equal 3/4 plus 2/4, which equals 5/4. 5/4. But you still have another part of the problem. But if the percentage point fell in July, it means that you have to subtract it. So 5/4 minus 3/8 equals, you must times the 5/4 by 2. And that equals 5 times 2 is 10. 10. 4 times 2 is 8. And it stays the same. 3. 8. Wait, 10/8 minus 3/8 equals. So what's 10 minus 3? 7/8. 7. 8. And there's the answer. Game time. It's called fraction subtraction. We're going to go to the link below and play the game. I got it. It's okay. We are going to do adding level 3, subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. We're going to do relaxed mode. Alright, let's do the game. So, 7/9 minus 1/3. So you have to times 1/3 by 3, and it equals 7/9 minus 3/9 equals 4/9. And it's the orange. 5/6 minus 2/3. You're going to multiply 2/3 by 2 to get this common denominator. 5/6 minus 4/6 is 1/6. Okay. So 10/12 minus 1/3. You're going to times 1/3 by 4. It equals 10/12 minus 4/12. And that equals 6/12. We're getting the hang of it. 1/5 minus 3/20. We're going to multiply the first one now. 5, you're going to multiply it by 4. So it would be 4/20 minus 3/20, which is 1/20. This is the last one. 6/10 minus 2/5 equals, you're going to multiply by 2, so it equals 6/10 minus 4/10 equals 2/10. Great job. Now the last slide. 7/8 plus 3/4 plus 1/2 minus 1/6 minus 1/8. What is it? Well, let's figure it out. So for the you want to do the first part of the equation first, just to make it less complicated. So for the 7/8, you're going to leave it the same, and you're going to multiply the 3/4 by 2 to make the same common denominator. Once you do that, it's going to be 7/8 plus 6/8, and that equals 13/8. Even though it's an improper fraction, you want to leave it because the equation is not over yet. Next time, now you're going to have to add the second part of the equation, which is 1/2. So it's going to be 13/8 plus 1/2 equals 13/8 plus 4/8, and that equals 17/8. Again, it's an improper fraction, but it's okay because the equation isn't over yet. Next, you're going to minus 1/6. Here's a hint. Do you guys want a hint? Okay. Make sure the denominators are the same before you add or subtract. Alright. 17/8 minus 1/6 is, you're going to time 8 times 6 and 6 times 8. Just kidding. You're going to times 8 by 3 and 6 times 4 to get the simpler common denominator of 24. Caught you off guard, see if you're paying attention. 51/24 minus 4/24 is 48/24 minus 1/8. So, with the same common denominator, that gives you, here's your second hint. Multiply both top and bottom by the number that would fit. So, if you're going to times, you don't have to times the 4/24s because 8 is a multiple of it. The bigger denominator. Now we got to figure this part out. So, that simplified is 44/24. Then what we've got to do, you have to simplify. So, once you simplify, you get 44/24 divided by 2 equals 22/12 divided by 2 equals 11/6. I don't think you can simplify that anymore. So you want to find out how many times 6 can go into 11, which is once. So it's going to be a mixed number. What do you think the final answer is? Think about it. You were right. It's 1 and 1/5. Good job. Thanks for watching. That's all we've got.